Hey everybody, it's Amy and
Jim.
Jim at Amy Bachman Sew and Quilt, Amy Sews. We're here today for Make It Monday.
Yay.
And spring is in the air, despite the fact it is snowing like crazy outside. I know my West Coast friends, I am so sorry what you're going through, right? It's brutal. But today we are celebrating spring.
Mm-hmm.
So what are we making today, Jim?
Carrots.
Carrot stuffies. Okay, so these are so easy. A lot of the tiered trays, everybody's doing the tiered trays now. You know, they decorate the three layers, and I have one myself. So mine's a little bougie. It's gold, and anyhow, it's a different story. So what we're going to do today, Jim's going to show you, Fran, how easy these little stuffies are to make. And also, if you go to amybachman.com, as soon as you open the website, there's a picture. And can I have you a kitchen?
Yep.
Paper. There we go. So you can get yourself a fat quarter and some twine, 2 fat quarters and some twine, and download the pattern and the directions right at amybachman.com. All right, I'm turning it over to Jim. There you go, buddy.
Okay. And once you cut your pattern pieces, because you're going to have a triangle like that in your orange, and of course you're going to have the tops of your carrot. We have grass fabric, and you could do it on your sewing machine. You could do it on your serger. I'm going to do mine on the serger. So I'm just going to flip you over here for a second. And I have it set up for a basic 4 thread. And the reason I like the 4 thread is because that the 4 thread adds that 4 thread safety stitch. So you have 2 needles in your serger right now. So it'll double stitch that seam for you. And then you have your 1 rectangle for the top of the carrot. And we're going to fold it right sides together. And I'm just going to serge off like that for 1 seam. Now, if you want to, you could go ahead and reinforce. I know I'm going to sew across here. I'm not concerned about that one. I got a little tail at the top. That should be fine for the security. But if you want to make it secure, and I was talking to some ladies this past week because they're new to serging and didn't know how to finish it off because we don't have a back stitch. So I have 1 stitch I'll take right past the edge of the fabric. I'll just pull it off the stitch finger, turn it like at a 45 degree, flip it, put it right back under the foot at a slight angle, and it's angled to the left because I don't want to cut off that stitching, and then serge off. And that's how you back stitch when you're on a serger. And then when I have these secure, so then you could take a collar point and tube turner, a little device like this, which is like a point turner, and you could turn them inside out, give it a light press, and you will have the tops of your carrots turned right side out. You can, press it on the iron if you want to. I'm just going to finger press this. So that's the top of my carrot. This is all flat construction.
That's your Amish iron.
Oh, my Amish iron? And we're not even in Amish country. But
yes, we are actually.
Kind of. But you will be in end of the month.
Lancaster. We'll be at Lancaster at the end of the month in the Genome booth. Come see me if you're out that way.
Yeah. And while you're there, I'll be here.
Right. And then we'll be at the Meadows Casino for the North Pittsburgh Quilt Show.
It's a busy month.
It's a busy weekend. So
now I got my triangle for the carrot. So like I said, this is all flat construction. If you want to, you could try sewing it in a circle, but I don't think there's a free arm that small.
No. And why these are carrots, for goodness sakes. These are not like, Swiss watches.
Okay. So I'll just go take one of these and line it up. And I like to have a little bit of the orange extend beyond. And I'm just going to cheat and just lift my presser foot up a little bit to do that. And serge across. I could have tied off there if I wanted to. The back stitch. I'm just going to sew off. And it's that simple to sew this on. This way you have a finished edge on the grass, because I'll take this and turn it so that the grass lines up. And that way it's finished on those edges, as opposed to trying to go up in it at an angle.
Yeah, I agree. It's smart.
I thought it looked a little neater that way. And then
these are designer carrots.
We should charge extra for that thing. And I'm just going to like one stitch into that. I'm going to lift up on my presser foot. I'll pull the thread toward the front and I'm laying it. See, I'll do that one more time. Take the thread, pull it over, under, and I lift it up. So it's not going to be cut by the blade. And this loopers will loop it over. And now that I have like a 1/2 inch zone of it, I can cut off the excess.
So it's just locking the stitch, which is super smart.
And then as I come down, one thing too, we're working on the bias. And sometimes no matter how careful you are, because I didn't press or starch this or anything, sometimes the fabric shifts. Let it shift, because what happens is you might get a twisted carrot and it makes it look more real. So it's a designer embellishment.
It's an embellishment, right? I agree.
I'm going to purposely twist the tip of this one and then you just serge off and use my thread cutter. And that's it. And then you have it all steamed. And then once you turn it right side out, add a little bit of stuffing. And then we just kind of gather it up and then tie it with our twine.
Just pinch it and tie it.
And then you have a completed carrot.
Yeah, very good. All right.
Simple.
Let's hit button 1. Let's talk to everybody for a minute. Okay, so we're just pinching and tying, and that whole basket goes super quick, right?
Yeah.
So I love the fabric. It's actually grass fabric.
Yeah.
So you can see up close. So the fabric is actually grass. Super simple and
fun.
It's fun. I could see, if you make someone something for Easter, just tie it on the top and it's.
And then if you didn't want to stuff it, you could put jelly beans in it.
Ooh, now you're talking. Oop, I cut this. I stuffed this the wrong way, but you can fix it.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. So
she's always thinking of me.
Once you tie it, they just get all kind of cute. And,
yeah.
And as a group, look, and you can make them different sizes, right? Just cut the wedge shorter when you're sewing it, cut it across. It doesn't matter. It's just doing your thing. That's the bad one. That's the one I did. So you're just going to fold your top, stitch it on flat, right? Like you're making, it's a cute way to make a banner too, Jim, because you know what? I guess you can't slide anything through it, but you could tack it onto a carrot banner.
Okay, so what if we replaced the lower looper thread with fusible thread, clean finished the edges, folded over and pressed it, and then did it, then we have our carrier.
Right, so you could just...
And then make our banner.
Bar tack it on some...
Could we then cut out letters on our scan and cut and fuse it on?
And we could spell out Easter, carrot, spring, whatever. See that? I love working with Jim. We're like, boom, boom, boom. It's like everything.
Why do I get the feeling she's going to have a project for me?
No, no, we're good. I also want to let you know that the Tea Towel Applique Club, we're going to keep the membership open until the 15th. And I'm happy to say we're getting close to being sold out. So, but don't let that scare you. Just go to amysews.com, click on it. It's $24.95 a month. You're going to get a class. All the pieces for you're going to get a tea towel, all the pieces on a paper pattern you can trace. This is traditional sewing, right, with the sewing machine, not embroidery. And you also get them in SVG files. So you can use your cutter. If you have a cutter, Silhouette, Cricut, Scan and Cut, you can do that as well. And those of you who are savvy, the patterns are perfect for changing them into embroidery.
So even if I had a mechanical machine, I could still take the class.
Basically, all you need is a zigzag, right? Sharon's going to walk you through some embellishments and some fun things to do with applique, a little bit different.
Now, will this be like our box subscriptions where if you sell out, there'll be a waiting list?
Yeah, so if we sell out, there'll be a wait list, but we're not going to close this. This is just going to run continuously. When you jump in, we send you your kit. The class is going to be on Facebook. So
perfect.
That's where we are. All right. Well, everybody, happy Make It Monday. And go get yourself some carrots. Go to amybachman.com if you want the kit and the pattern.
Yeah. And if you like our videos here, let me know, because I'll be in Lakeland, Florida this week with the Original Sewing Quilt Expo. So you can go to sewingexpo.com and find my schedule there.
Right. Go stalk Jim. And
yes, I have stalkers now.
His class.
We were just in Atlanta. It's full of stalkers too.
True. I know. It's great. So there's so much going on here. We're so excited. Also, if you missed the trifecta class, the class with the scan and cut, your software, and your embroidery machine, if you go to amysews.com, you can now just buy the class. It's there for you to watch anytime you want to watch it. So if you missed the actual first sell of it, it's now all by itself. You can buy it. Perfect. All right, everybody. have a terrific day. Hopefully it's warm where you are because it's not warm here.
It's 29 degrees.
I know. All right, everybody, hang in there because the more you know.
The more you sow.